share more on Carter's legacy in D.C. and beyond. Stuart McLaurin joining me now. He's the president of the White House Historical Association. Stuart, we're grateful to have your time and for you to be here. Carter's century of life and service range from the armed forces, environmental conservation, and what many of us know him for after leaving the White House, building homes with Habitat for Humanity. Tell us about what motivated Carter to get involved young in life that only continued in his later years.
Well, it's an honor to be with you tonight to discuss this extraordinary life of an American president. To imagine a lifetime that spanned from 1924 to 2024, born just after the end of World War I. An amazing life, first to attend the U.S. Naval Academy, began his career as a U.S. Navy nuclear officer, then went on to leadership in state politics, a pinnacle there as governor of Georgia, ran for president. Most gave him no chance, but he succeeded in that election and then faced a very difficult, challenging presidency with the Iran hostage crisis and the economy. But think of all that he and Mrs. Carter have done and accomplished since those years in the White House. Most people achieve the presidency, and that's the pinnacle of life, and yet they went on and achieved so much more after the White House.
And I want to ask you about that, Stuart. Jimmy Carter left office with low approval ratings. If the tide doesn't shift, Joe Biden will be in the same boat. But tell me more about Carter's work after the White House that helped reshape that retrospective view of a former president who left with those low approval ratings.
Well, he actually set the standard for what many former presidents have now followed with the establishment of the Carter Center in Atlanta. Gave him a platform to reach out around the world and continue and evolve many of the initiatives that he undertook as president, or perhaps wanted to undertake as president, and then went on to do Habitat for Humanity work, as you mentioned, and has become so popular and known as a byproduct of his time, but also the policy work, the election monitoring, with so many scores of elections around the world, and the engagement of young Americans and young world leaders in that important work.
Stuart McLaurin with the White House Historical Association, thank you so much for your time, sir.
It's been my honor to be with you. Thank you.
You can find my full interview with Stuart McLaurin of the White House Historical Association. Just head to our website at dcnewsnow.com. We'll have that video there.